My name is Tom Evers, T-O-M-E-V-E-R-S, Tom Evers. I'm the Assistant District Engineer for MoDOT here in the St. Louis area. And I'm here today to talk about the next phase of the I-55 project. So residents who use I-55 between Virginia and River de Pere should be prepared for new traffic patterns starting next week. So we're shifting traffic from one side to the other side. So right now we have traffic, all the traffic in 2 lanes in each direction are traveling on the southbound side of the highway right here, and they'll all be shifting to the northbound side. So beginning next Thursday, May 29th, after morning rush hour, we'll start moving the northbound traffic into 2 lanes over here on the northbound bridge, which we're standing on today. And the drivers will continue to have these in this situation between Virginia and River de Pere while crews restripe everything on this side, and then starting to place the barrier before we switch the southbound side of I-55 onto the northbound bridge, onto the northbound bridge in 2 lanes as well. So that'll be about a week later on June the 2nd. All of this, of course, is weather dependent, but assuming good weather, no rain, that's the schedule that the contractor is working on. After the shift, then the crews will start rehabilitating the last 2 bridges on the project. The southbound I-55 bridges over the Union Pacific Railroad and also over Colne Avenue. For the ramp impacts after this switch takes place, for southbound traffic, the ramps from I-55 to Loughborough and Germania and the ramps from Virginia and Loughborough to I-55 will be closed. For northbound traffic, the ramp from Germania to I-55 will remain closed, and then the ramps between northbound I-55 and Loughborough will remain open for the remainder of the project. This work is all part of a $63 million job that was awarded to KCI back in the spring of 2022. We acknowledged about a year and a half ago that portions of the work on northbound I-55 were put on hold as a result of damage caused to some of the girders by the subcontractor on the northbound bridge over the Union Pacific Railroad back in October of 2023. New girders had to be designed, fabricated, and installed, and then the original rehabilitation had to be completed before traffic could move back onto these lanes. The prime contractor continues to be responsible for all additional costs due to the damaged girders. Although the current contract completion date is the end of next week, May 29th, 2025, the project now is entering its final stage of bridge work with this upcoming switch. This final bridge rehabilitation stage is expected to be complete later this year or very early 2026. This contractor is required to pay damages for missing certain milestones. The contractor does have a vested interest, along with MoDOT, in ensuring the work is complete to minimize those damages. Our main focus right now is getting the construction completed and lanes reopened to traffic. When that is complete, the department, MoDOT, will then determine what damages would be incurred to the contractor. Also concurrently, resurfacing of I-55 is ongoing between I-44 and Limburg. Crews will focus on the areas where bridge rehabilitation is completed. This resurfacing work continues mostly overnight and weekend lane closures, and that work, which is a separate contract, will be completed in the summer of 2026. And as always, we always ask drivers through the traffic switches, through the work zone. We realize that this has been difficult for motorists. It's been a long project, but we still promote safety within our work zones. We please ask people to slow down and obey the work zone speed limits, and to continue practice safe driving habits. Not using your phone while driving and paying attention, especially when there's shifting of traffic and workers present. And with that, I'll take any questions.
Are you worried that people will kind of used to go up to the work? You're not going to be paying attention, just kind of automatically go over there, or it's going to be pretty close?
Yeah, good question. I mean, we have crews that will be working on switching the traffic, and we have our traffic control company that works for the contractor. Will have detour, signing appropriate to divert traffic, and then we'll have the striping down so that drivers can follow the signs and the striping within the work zone.
Is this, what is traffic setting? What's the completion date now? Because I know the girders having an issue with you.
So the completion date at this point is there isn't a exact completion date moving forward, because as of the end of next week, the contractor will be beyond their completion date. So there's a lot of incentive to get that work done as quickly as possible, so that then we can determine what the final completion date will be. Like I said, likely would be the end of this year, 2025, or very early in 2026.
Glad to have this project almost done.
We are very glad to have this project done. It is a big investment, as we're replacing 26, we're not replacing, but we're doing rehab work on 26 bridges on this corridor. Protecting our what we have, our roads and bridges, is really paramount to what MoDOT does. We're ultimately responsible to make sure all of our roads and bridges are in good condition, and when this project is done, thankfully we won't have to be on this route for a long time.
Are those 26 bridges part of that list of bridges we got to get to?
Yeah. So really, these are the last two bridges here on the southbound side of I-55. These are the last two that will be worked on this project between this in this corridor limits. All right. Okay. Thank you.